Welcome, poltergeist ghouls and non-lunaries, to Digimon Ghost Gaze. This is the podcast where we're talking about Digimon Ghost Game, and we're meeting a new friend this episode. We're meeting someone who I believe has never done anything wrong.
Our guest?
I mean, within the context of the show, I mean, I met this particular guest friend a while ago, but anyway, I'm Emery. My pronouns are he, she, they.
I'm Morg. My pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Elvire. My pronouns are she, they.
We have a guest. As I mentioned earlier, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Felix, and my pronouns are he, him.
Yes.
So yeah, let's get started. Felix, what's your history with the whole Digimon franchise?
Okay, so I think I've been watching Digimon since I was maybe 9, and as opposed to like most people who started with the dub, I believe I started with the sub of 02.
Wow.
And I don't know how.
At 9? Damn.
I was a good reader, I guess. And then I've watched pretty much all of it, except for like some of Frontier, because Frontier is Frontier.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I liked it initially, I promise.
No, eventually we'll have some Frontier defenders, I'm sure, as guests. In fact, I know one person who at least likes it to some extent who wanted to guest. So,
yeah.
No worries.
I mean, Austin already made their case for Frontier.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I feel like I a little bit feel like the bad guy for shitting on it so much, but also
no, don't
not,
feel like the bad guy.
Because it really is that way, huh?
It could be so much worse.
But that doesn't matter, like, right? Like, it could be worse, but it still sucks. And it's, like, it's hard to look back at that. Like,
yeah.
At least for me, like, I'm not sure I could... There's a lot of things that I couldn't watch now that I did when I was younger. Like, in Frontier, I might be able to watch now because it's not as bad, but it would still be like, huh, okay, there's some jokes I don't like.
Yeah.
So.
Ignoring that, then it's okay.
So you've been keeping up with Ghost Game then?
Yes. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention, I have not seen Appmon. That's like the one season I haven't seen. Also, Colon exists.
It does. It sure does.
I don't know what that is.
It's sure out there.
It's the remake of Digimon Adventure.
Oh, it has a name.
Yeah, I thought it was called, like...
Do you call it Adventure 2020?
Yeah, that's what I call it. It has a name.
That's what we've been calling it on podcasts, at least, is Adventure 2020.
You see, how the way we came to the name Digimon Adventure : is because it really is just spelled that way. It's what? Digimon Adventure and then a colon, like there would be a subtitle, and then there's no subtitle.
It doesn't make any sense.
Weird.
It really doesn't.
Amazing.
Well, now I'll know what people are talking about if they start saying colon, and I won't think they're talking about vowels or something. I was like, well... It does sound kind of like shit, so...
It's not that. It's a show that exists. Frontier's honestly probably better in terms of writing. Which is not saying much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Frontier hates women more.
That is also true. Ignoring the women part.
Yeah, so speaking of women, do we want to talk about our new favorite girl boss?
Someone, I want like a pin that's, or like a sticker that's like the Gatekeep girl boss, but it has Jellymon on it.
Please, someone has to have made that already.
Yes. God, what a little fuckhead.
Oh, so before we meet this incredible fuckhead, we see some power lines just exploding, and a rift forms in the very earth, spilling forth countless white snakes. This is probably okay, right? This is normal.
Noodle friends.
I like that they're just normal snakes. They're not Digimon snakes. They're not like hologram. They're not anything like that. They're just white snakes.
Where did these come from? Where did they
Completely normal.
From the ground. They're from the earth. It's natural. It's good for you.
And they're slithering on the ground where they should be. They're doing normal snake behaviors. It's good.
Love a snake plague.
I didn't understand why there were just snakes. They didn't seem connected, unless I completely forgot.
They do explain it a little bit, in that, like, there's something about, like, snakes being a symbol for wealth or something, and so they seem to, like, come along as the big boss comes along, kind of thing. They're almost like a primary, kind of like a warning or something. It was very strange. Yeah. I think it's connected somewhat to like Japanese myth stuff with wealth, but I don't remember, and I forgot to look it up because I kind of watched it last minute.
It's really...
Same hat, I assumed, but I didn't look it up.
Yeah, it seems like there's probably a connection to, like, Japanese mythology that we're missing, but there is, like, just a passing line that Angoramon has about it later, about, like, the path of, you know, the wealth god being paved with white snakes, just something like that.
I thought that was weird.
Because I understood the 108 arrows, but not the snakes, so I was like, I don't know, this one's out of my... But yeah, so there's just snakes now, and...
Meanwhile, there's a bunch of just computer parts floating around Kiyoshiro's room, you know? You at this point, you might be tempted to say that he's haunted, but, you know, how can we be sure, what with all the fucking new features on the gaming PCs these days? Maybe it's crypto. Maybe crypto is doing the floating.
No, I don't want to think of Kiyoushiro. No, and he would be. No, I'm so...
If anything, this episode is a warning against cryptocurrency.
So true! Yeah, so he's being haunted.
Can we take a moment to just... We see his room. We see his room, and this is the first time we see a little bit more of his personality. Why does he have so many computer screens? Was my immediate thought.
He's a gamer.
Yeah, apparently.
He's a gamer and a hacker.
He's a nerd.
He is a hacker, is the thing. That's why I was like, oh no, he wouldn't be into crypto. I hate this. I'm gonna cry. I just want to think better of him because I like this character.
He feels like if you meshed Joe and Izzy from Adventure into each other.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Man, that's pretty good.
He's a smart boy, but also he's cringe.
He's so dumb. He's smart, but he's so dumb. Like,
he's the age to be cringe. He gets to go through that phase now. We all did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
God.
I like that he's cringe. It's good.
I like it, yeah. And, is this like, he just kind of like leaves his room? He just seems very dejected early on in this episode.
This boy looks like he hasn't gotten sleep in a week. Like, he is stressed out and terrified 24/7 of this non-haunting going on for him. He tries to get a juice from a vending machine and is just not working, and that's like, oh boy, another fucking thing that he's just has to live with now. So Hiro sees this and sort of notices. So then Kiyoushiro goes back to his room, and and there's a floating Digivice there, and he looks up and he sees just the words "Put this on" written in blood on his ceiling.
I thought it was Hiro's room for some reason, because it is from the box that Hiro had, because it is one of those Digivices. But no, it like, we spend a lot of time in this room.
I want to know when she had the time to steal it.
Me too. That's why I was curious. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
She managed to pencil it in between her very busy schedule of haunting Kiyoushiro.
God.
Yeah, I mean, she can go through walls. It wouldn't be hard to, like, steal something out of Hiro's closet.
True. She just, like, there's just what looks like blood on the ceiling. Yeah, saying, "Put me on." And he listens because he doesn't want more trouble.
Yeah, he's gone from denial of being haunted to accepting that he's haunted, and he's trying to...
I think he always thought that he was haunted.
Yes.
He's trying to fix it. He gives up at this point. He just admits, like, I'll just be haunted now.
He's like, well, better this than being, like, killed or whatever. I guess I'll do it. Guess I'll die.
He types F in the chat and he puts on the Digivice.
Yeah, he puts on the Digivice, and then he sees Jellymon. She, right now, she just looks like, sort of not exactly a normal jellyfish, but, like, less like a person. We see later that she's kind of got, like, her humanoid parts all sort of tucked up inside the big jelly head. So it kind of just looks like a jellyfish with eyes at this point.
Yeah, it's just like a very colorful jellyfish. Probably something, if you saw in real life, would be very poisonous.
Oh yeah.
Just floating in midair.
It will kill you.
It's like a heel slime from Dragon Quest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adorable. That's what she looks like.
And she just cramalams a dim on in the Digivice, and then I guess Kiyoushiro is just like sort of fumbling around and accidentally hits the materialize button or something. So then she materializes.
Yes, she like forces herself to materialize, essentially, is what happens. And then he's like, oh fuck, you're not just a ghost. Oh fuck, you're real. Oh god, you're physical.
And he tries to run away, but Jellymon just immediately grabs him and knocks him over.
He literally, like, she grabs him with her, like, jellyfish tentacle things, whatever the fuck, they're stingers, and just, like, wraps him up, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking die.
She's so antagonistic, and then Hiro walks into the room, and he's just like, oh, a Digimon? Okay, you're getting attacked by a Digimon? Yeah, that figures. What's going on here? Because...
He's like...
There's just like...
He knew it was a Digimon that was, like, haunting him, and I'm like, Hiro, could you have given him a little bit more warning than this? But no, he couldn't.
Hiro has zero sympathy for the situation that Kiyoushiro is in.
It's very funny.
Not even helping.
Hiro gives so little of a shit in this episode. It's really funny.
It's really funny.
He's just kind of vibing.
I like that he kind of just is resigned to the fact that, like, people he knows have Digimon friends too, and he's like, yeah, that'll happen to you. Well, I guess it's tentacles instead of being bitten this time for you.
Friends in quotation marks.
Well, yeah. They're gonna be friends. Over time, maybe. Eventually.
Probably.
Someday. His dorm leader, at least, you know.
Yeah, we know. Gets said a lot.
Is this when we cut to, like, some more shit going wrong with electronics? Or
we get the Jellymon introduction.
Oh, that's first. Okay.
And she insists that Kiyoushiro uses the suffix sama for her.
Yes, Jellymon sama.
Ooh, that is actually way later in my notes. First, we just see that, like, oh, there's an alarm going off on Kiyoshiro's computer. He says, oh, I thought, like, the regular talismans weren't working for me, so I decided to program some digital talismans.
Oh, yeah, that part.
It's just, what a leap.
And, Gammamon is just sort of floating upside down listening to all this with, like, a very
head empty.
Just a really silly expression on his face. There's some very good background Gammamon gags in this episode.
Maybe we should get some Gammamon, like, emoji from this or something.
We should.
I like that all 3 of the main Digimon can fly.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's peak character design.
Yeah, she actually insists on Sama immediately, because after he had said, oh, you're one of those hologram ghosts, and she's like, that's fucking rude. Call me Jellymon, Sama.
Yeah. And she just does like a full magical girl transformation where where her body and head and all of her limbs just pop out of the jellyfish head, and she strikes an elegant pose, and it's pretty funny.
This is not a Digivolution either.
There's a screenshot in the episode that's like weirdly off model where her like jelly hair looks like hair.
Huh.
I didn't notice that.
It like, why is it pointy?
Oh my gosh. I need to look back at it.
That's to make it easier for cosplayers.
Yeah.
God, I love her design so much. It's
so funky.
Using colors.
Yeah.
Or the squishy.
Yeah, she's like probably like she's like kind of human looking, but has like the jellyfish head and all the colors of her like body and stuff match that jellyfish head, and it's just like fun.
Yeah, it's a really good color palette, very, very sort of bright and eye-catching, and just a very cute little guy. She's good.
Except that she's a gremlin.
She is a gremlin.
She's a monster.
Oh no, that adds to it.
It's great.
It helps.
Yeah, so we do get, more snakes and earthquakes. Also, we get scenes where both Jellymon and Angoramon sort of look off into the distance like, something big is coming.
Also, I like that we find out that the blood on the ceiling is ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
And,
how do we find that out?
Oh!
Gammamon eats it?
Gammamon eats it. And then it drops on Hiro's face, and he also tries it. He's like, oh yeah, this is just ketchup. Alright.
Hiro, what if it wasn't ketchup? What if your little boy was confusing words again?
It's a family trait to just eat things when you put them in front of it. I think it's a family thing.
I think it's
that's how they were raised.
Yeah. Explore with your mouth.
Their dad probably does it too. And that's how he ended up with Gammamon. That's a story for another time.
Oh god!
No.
Oh god! So anyway. I like that Kiyoushiro is like so frustrated. He's like, you're making fun of me? You're haunting me, and like you're making fun of me, and you're using fake blood to fucking poke fun at me. And she's like, Jellymon's like, yeah, I am. You're so funny. Yeah. You're fun to scare. You're the scariest human I've ever seen in my life.
Jellymon just straight up calls him a nerd to his face.
Yeah.
She explains Kiyoshiro's backstory that he went to school in America, got his master's degree at age 13, but then
that sounds fucking ridiculous.
The thing is, I know kids like that, and it's insane. I don't get why you would put them in a higher group, because their social skills.
Well, at least with him.
Who is he going to be friends with in college?
Right.
He's 13. Who is he gonna be friends with?
No, you see, that's...
Poor boy.
That's why he went back to Japan. Well, that's not actually why he went back. He went back because he's a huge fucking nerd. Otaku.
He's a fucking weeb, and he saw a bunch of anime with high school and middle school students and was like, damn, I want that experience. I want to live the anime of going to school in Japan.
He's so ridiculous.
It's so...
Yeah, but Jellymon really leaves him, like, no dignity. She completely throws all his likes out for everyone to see. So if there was any doubt that this is the biggest nerd ever, no, she's got it covered.
Jellymon just airs all his dirty laundry, and like, we get like, you know, a cut to like his like anime and manga collection, and like, fuck, it's just like very funny. Like, he reads him for filth.
Jellymon has owned him so badly that at this point he's like curled up in a ball on the floor, and then Jellymon makes fun of his bandages.
Yes, that fucking got me.
I really want to know if they're just a bit.
The bandages are literally just a bit. I said like before that, he has Hiei bandages on his hand, but no, he's literally wearing them because it's a thing from anime.
I would have done that at his age.
I know, that's like the most like, oh my god, I know people who've done this, and I was very close to doing stuff like this myself. You know, I just wore trip pants instead, but like... I was like, wow.
I had a Naruto headband that I wore to places where I shouldn't have been wearing. You know,
it's just...
You were young.
God, it's just so funny, because he's like, I lost my mind in my notes when I was, like, seeing that he came back to Japan because of anime. And, like, so, I'm like, oh, his English is probably pretty solid, too. But, he'll undo the bandage seal, is what he says, because he's a huge loser who's like, I was threatening this Digimon who clearly has more powers than me. He's so fucking funny.
Yeah, he's literally just like curled up on the ground being like, don't make me unleash my secret technique. So good.
What the fuck is your secret technique? Crying?
Yes, it's crying.
That's my secret technique.
Me
honestly.
too.
Literally.
I did it a lot as a child.
Oh my god. I do it now. What do you mean? You did it as a child?
Yeah.
No, I stopped crying at the tender age of 17.
I no longer cry on the outside. Just keep that all tucked inside, and then one day it will all be over.
Holy shit.
Don't tell my therapist I said that.
No, that's exactly what you should
He's
be
very
telling your
proud of
therapist.
You're just telling everyone who's listening to the podcast this instead. Oh my god. It's just, I'm kind of like, wow, this dude is both, like, not relatable as, like, being a genius boy, and super relatable as being, like, an anxious weeb loser. Like... Oh.
Honestly, like... Yeah, I mean, like, he's... you know, he's following, like, the sort of genius super hacker, archetype that's been in, like, a lot of Digimon seasons previously. Mm-hmm. But I love that they, like, sort of counterbalanced that with just, like, this. With just, like, making him such a fucking coward and loser, and it's so lovely. He's perfect.
I like that I didn't know he was so fucking smart until this episode. Like, not really, at least. Yeah. Like, I didn't know he could hack people. Like, he hacked the whole, like, damn city, kind of, because he was spreading the talismans everywhere to protect himself. He even put it in fucking Hiro's phone. Like...
He just hacked into, like, 1,000 fucking computers and to put these talismans everywhere.
It's normal.
He said that it was for people's best interests, but...
Yes. Yeah. I was like, I don't know, dude.
It's just for his own haunting.
We find out it is not for people's best interests, and it is in fact a bad thing that happened. Not completely his fault, but oh my gosh.
So just like, Hiro just, sees all of this and just is unaffected by it. He's like, oh, Digimon bullying you? Okay, whatever. Let me teach you how to use the Digivice. I'm so tired.
He's like, good luck with it. You'll do fine.
He's like slightly sympathetic in that he's like willing to teach him how to use it, but he's like, because Kiyoushiro
your problem now, dude.
Is like trying to give back the Digivice, and he's like, as long as you take Jellymon with you, and he's like, no, I don't want her. I'm sorry. Like, she's your friend now.
Take her back, please.
And Jellymon's like, do you want to be my servant, Hiro?
Oh. Mom enters the room and says, actually, I'm the most important person here. And you know what? She's right.
Damn, she's right.
She's right. So then we get a news report about how just like the digital money management system in the area has just stopped working.
Bitcoin is down.
The coin is down. The Bitcoin
money is broken.
God. Money's broken.
Money is broken. None of the, like public sort of transportation tolls are working. And I kind of realized this, earlier this week, but I think that there happens to have been another little jellyfish friend who broke the economy. This is just like War Game. It's a reference.
Yeah,
I love Digimon the movie.
Yeah, I'm thinking Kiyoushiro didn't see the middle part of the Digimon movie. If he did,
he fell asleep.
This wouldn't have happened. Yeah, he couldn't handle it.
The only difference here is that there's not enough ska.
True.
That's true of most things. Most media.
There is a lot of fun music, though. Because there is, like, music at the end. But, I feel like it's not the jellyfish that was the problem this time. Like, it was a problem, but that's not what they have to fucking stop. So...
Yeah.
Oh, they get this news report from Ruli and Gammamon, who are kind of like, fuck, there's like some shit going down, my dude. You want to meet up? Because...
Oh yeah, I think I forgot to say that like the economy is broken because Jellymon like messed with Kiyoshiro's talismans and just made them into like...
A virus?
Just like
specifically the good fortune talisman.
Yeah, all the all the talismans have a specific goal, and she was like, "Ooh, money,
healthy birth,
healthy birth."
I saw that too, but I haven't checked it yet. But it's probably true.
I'm like concerned. I'm like, what if she had messed with that one instead? What the fuck would have happened? I don't.
No.
I don't want to think about it. But I mean, money is a lot more connected to like tech, anyways. So this probably made the most sense. But Jellymon was like, yeah. I'm gonna fuck with money because humans are so fucking funny about money, and they're so like, humans are like, she's like talking about greed and stuff and how like funny it is, and she like is very single-minded when she wants to do something, she does it kind of thing.
Yeah, and just also just like, if I'm like, getting invested in a game, then I want to like learn all the rules and to be the best at it, and Kiyoshiro's like, yeah, me too, actually.
He's like, yeah, I get it, but also you're fucking crazy. No,
yeah. Also, I have that tweet that we sort of referenced earlier, because this is something Austin posted in the Discord. Apparently, like in the first episode, when we see Kiyoushiro with all those charms on him, so apparently it's not just like a protective, it's a bunch of protective charms, but they're protecting him from things such as safety from traffic accidents, luck in romance, prayers for a surefire win, and safe baby delivery. So he's really just covering all his bases.
I need the traffic one.
You never know.
I need the traffic one. I'm a terrible driver.
Yeah, me too. Oh, I don't know what it is about me, but drivers see me and are like, I wanna slightly, ever so slowly bump against that with my car.
Oh God.
It's weird that it happened 3 times.
That is kind of weird.
If it happens enough, maybe I'll be rich. But, I should get one of them talismans. Talismans are expensive, by the way. You buy one, and then after a year, you have to bring it back.
What?
And I think ritually burn it.
Seriously?
Really?
What?
And then you buy a new one. Yeah, talismans don't keep working. You're supposed to replace them. And then I think it's at the end of the year that you bring them back and that they get ritually burned. But I'm not entirely certain, so I'm sorry if that's wrong information.
That's so weird.
They're like it's like an iPhone.
Yeah, it's like
You gotta get a new one after a year.
And those also get ritually burned.
Of course.
No.
Yeah, my phone that's working from, 6 generations ago. It's fine.
What was Gammamon doing, by the way? Was he just casually patrolling, or was he just, do they fly? Is that their mode of transportation now?
Yeah. I think they just decided to fly over to where Hiro is because all the Digimon stuff happening. Oh yeah, there's a big dragon now.
Mm-hmm.
Big dragon.
Yeah. Oh, there sure is.
We keep forgetting about the main plot.
I'm just so wrapped up in everything else with Kiyoushiro and Jellymon that it's like, oh yeah, there's a big dragon coming. So that's the thing that's causing all the snakes to appear. That's the thing that's causing, it's not what's causing the money to shut down, because that was Jellymon, but, it was it's bringing all the physical issues, and, it's, fascinating that all the Digimon knew something was coming, but it's just this huge dragon god looking guy.
Oh, you know what? I think when the Digimon just sort of look off into the distance and just say it's coming, I think that's got to be a reference to Tamers when the Digimon predicted the Tiger Deva's appearance, whose name I'm forgetting
Which
right
is
now.
Fun because it is a Deva.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Deva. It's Majiramon. We see it, and all the Tamers fans pog because, hey, we remember him.
I forgot him.
Yeah.
We remember how he got ripped in half by Cyberdramon.
Oh.
God. Oh, God, that's right.
I did think it was interesting because, so there's only one Deva in this episode. But the White Snakes thing made me think that Sandirhamon was going to be in this episode.
Yeah, isn't that one of the...
But he's not.
That's one of the 4 gods, right? Or...
no, Sandirhamon is one of the other Devas.
Yeah.
The thing is that Quetzalmon is in this episode, and that evolves into Sandirhamon, so I don't know why they didn't just use him.
Well, I think...
We also got Bitmon and Goatmon, which seem like they could also potentially be pre-evolutions of Andiramon and Pajiramon.
Is it Pajira? Hold on, Google.
I mean,
the sheep one.
It kind of makes sense to have.
Oh yeah, it is the sheep.
Little minions for the big wealth Digimon who's coming to smite Jellymon and Kiyoushiro for fucking with the economy.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's doing. And I'm like, wow, what if you would smite... Can you please come and smite all the crypto guys?
Yeah. Where are they now? In our time of need. I do have to say, I knew Battlemon from before, but I didn't know any of the others, and the names came so quickly that my brain went static, and I was like, I'll just call that one Goat. And it turned out I was right.
I
was right.
It's goat.
The fun thing about all of these is that they're all armor evolutions because the people who write Digimon don't know what to do with the armors after 02, so they just use them as fodder.
They looked more metallic. I didn't know they were like armor evolutions kind of specifically, though. Like, that's fun.
Yeah, they're ones that didn't get used. There's a lot that didn't get used.
I feel like armor Digimon are just kind of like regular as champions now or something. Like, they're just treated as like regular champion mons.
I didn't know they were supposed to be different.
They're like a mid-level.
Yeah.
At least in 02. But they're basically champions.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Angoramon is explaining, you know, the thing about this, you know, white snakes appearing on the divine path, because just a bunch of snakes have, like, slithered into the dorm room now. That's pretty fun. And, you know, says that, oh, this is a capitalism dragon that, you know, serves the god of wealth and protects the flow of money. And if you anger him, he will, first off, step 1, smite you with his big dragon tail. And if you're still alive after that, he'll create a big ball of light and pierce you with 108 arrows of light. And Kiyoushiro is taking this really well. He's you know, based on what we've seen of his personality so far, you know, he's all calm, cool, and collected about it. Meanwhile, Gammamon is just double fisting some snakes.
Yeah, dude, he's collecting snakes, and then Hiro's like making him put them outside the door, and he's like
just running around with snakes in his hands.
He's so bummed.
It's so good.
He's so bummed when Hiro makes him like put them outside. He's like, oh, okay.
They're his friends.
He's just playing with snakes.
These are my friends. I don't want to put them outside.
Just realized that Kiyoshiro's introduction to Ruli, who he will be a team with, he just doesn't know it yet, that they are main characters, is because she flew in through his window.
Yeah,
Oh, you're right.
I wish I could make a first impression like that.
He had kind of he like acted like he like kind of knew about them because I think Hiro had been like calling them on the phone, and it was like, oh, okay, they kind of know that Angoramon exists at least. He's not totally like he's like, oh, okay.
There should be a difference between knowing that a gigantic bunny exists and having it fly through your window.
So true.
But yeah, he has been through a lot.
I kind of like that he's like sort of accepted that Digimon are just here and real and are causing problems. Like, not fully. Yeah. Like, he's obviously like still freaking out. Like, rightfully so, because he knows he's gonna be smited by 108 arrows of light. But he's also kind of moved on from, like, I'm haunted, and he's more just like, oh, I'm gonna die. And not by Jellymon's hands, although it is kind of her fault.
It is her fault.
And Jellymon's like, no, I mean, you started it. I just kind of tweaked it a little bit. It's fine.
Just a little bit.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah. I love how there's just so much shit going on in this episode, and Kiyoushiro is just getting, like, the barest hint of exposition, just to, like, all this wild monster shit going on. It's pretty good.
I do like...
It's like when you're playing a video game, and the boss you're fighting does, like, a sequence of attacks, and you just can't seem to, like, get out of range, so you keep taking damage, and you can't do anything against it. I think that's what this whole experience was for Kiyoushiro.
Absolutely. I think,
Yeah, he's really not DIing hard enough out of that combo.
I like that there's some acknowledgement that things are just constantly happening, because, you know, like, when Jellymon first shows up, like, talking on the phone, and Goromon and Ruli are like, who the fuck are you? She's like, I'm Jellymon! Sama! And there's, like, some other moment where Ruli is like, what happened? I don't remember exactly what that was in response to, but...
Yeah.
They acknowledge that a lot is happening all at once. And it continues to happen.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, Kiyoushiro, you should probably get out of there. But Kiyoshiro's, and all the other students are evacuating because there's like snakes and earthquakes happening. But Kiyoshiro's like, no, I am the dorm leader. I'm gonna stay right here and protect the dorm.
You're not like a captain of a ship, but you sure are acting like it.
A strange hill to die on, but go off, I guess.
Go off, 13-year-old king.
Yeah, so he's like, all right, I've got to delete all these talismans before this dragon absolutely fucking destroys me.
And Jellybon's like, you should run away, actually, but okay. I'll just watch you get smited, I guess. This'll be funny.
She does not give a single shit whatsoever.
Oh, it's so funny. She's just doesn't care. The only reason she ends up caring is because, like, she's, like, inspired by him, kinda.
Yeah.
But
by his dorm leader speech.
His funny dorm leader speech. I love that Hiro convinces him to, like, do this kind of, like, hey, you should probably delete this stuff. Whatever, like, Hiro underneath Kiyoshiro's bad post on Twitter saying, delete this.
Delete this.
So it's really good because, Hiro and Ruli with their Digimon, go out to, hold off the approaching threat and buy Kiyoushiro some time. So Kiyoshiro's just hacking up a storm, trying to delete as many talismans as he can, and meanwhile, while this dragon is just like fucking crashing through the city. Oh yeah, before this they went to the digital world, so don't worry about that collateral damage.
No damage.
No collateral damage.
This reminded me like a lot of the oh god, I can't remember, Young Hunters, in terms of like just using the digital world to avoid collateral. And I think they were inspired by the Young Hunters digital world in terms of like the aesthetic that they used here.
I'm honestly glad they do it, though. I don't necessarily want to see real ass buildings falling.
This is not adventure.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense in this way, because I have a habit of seeing things out of order. If I ever see this out of order, I won't be confused about broken buildings.
Right, and also, like, I feel like that's more of an end of the series kind of thing, to have, like, real-ass buildings just crushed.
Yeah.
Like, that seems like not a finale necessarily, but, like, more of a climax, or, like, more into it. Whereas, like, this is the fifth episode.
At the end of the series, at the end of the series, the school is gonna go down and everyone's gonna cheer, except for Kiyoushiro, who's gonna be crying because his otaku dream got ruined.
Go to another school, idiot.
This episode did feel very high stakes for an episode 5, though, which I really liked.
Yeah, I'm like a little concerned, but I liked the episode a ton. But I'm also like,
yeah,
don't blow your load too soon, you know. I'm always a little wary of that, but I like it. It doesn't feel like completely like end of everything kind of thing, especially because they could go to the digital world, and there's not that much evolution. Like, there is Gammamon does evolve, but like he's already done that, and it's cool that they haven't had the other two evolve yet. They're just kind of attacking normal, and like they're just these little guys up against this giant, like, ultimate level Digimon.
And if you're wondering how little is Jellymon, Jellymon is so little that you have to sit on a pillow to get to the computer screen.
Yeah, so like
hacking. It's adorable.
So as this dragon is just like tearing a path of destruction through the city, Jellymon is just singing a little song about Kiyoushiro dying and getting pierced by 108 arrows of light.
I forgot about that.
Kiyoshiro's having a fine time.
I wrote a music note and I was like, why did I write a music note next to 108 arrows piercing Kiyoshiro's body?
So
that's weird.
Because she sang it.
I love her so much.
So she's just singing a funny little song, having no boundaries, just like clinging to Kiyoushiro while he's trying to hack for his life. Then Kiyoushiro is like, come on, you gotta help me. I need your help, Jellymon-sama, please. So she's just like, okay, time to get down to business. She piles up a bunch of cushions to sit on so she can reach the keyboard. And then she starts hacking, and they're both hacking together, and it's like, all right, teamwork. Smash those keyboards. Smash those keyboards, you fucking nerds.
He has to use Kiyoushiro has to use the fucking laptop because she's on like the big keyboard, and they're just both deleting.
I don't know how he affords this.
Well,
he's rich.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that he's rich because he went to school abroad.
Right.
He probably did get into Bitcoin early, if we're being really honest with ourselves.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
This is also like slightly into the future.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah, that's what I was saying though. Like, I hate to think about it because I like him a lot, but of the characters, he would be the one that's into cryptocurrency. Absolutely.
True.
Except after this episode, of course he wouldn't. He's learned his lesson.
Yeah. He's gonna denounce capitalism entirely after this one, because there's a big dragon that kills you and upholds capitalism, and if that ain't a dang metaphor, I don't know what is.
It specifically kills you, but only if you have a Digivice.
I was like, what happens if someone else did this who didn't have a Digivice? Would they just die and not know why they're dead? They just have a heart attack, but it's because they're having like 108 arrows like pierce their heart. Like, died to a sudden heart attack. But no, yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, Jellymon could have been like, yeah, I'm a comrade, I'm just stopping money. But no, she's doing it because she thinks it's funny. Which, like, it kind of is, but it isn't. But I do love the idea of, like, oh, well, I guess I've denounced my ways of getting into cryptocurrency. Getting into cryptocurrency when you're in middle school and becoming a comrade when you're older. That's cute. That's my headcanon for Kiyoushiro.
Yeah, that's his character
I'll accept it.
Like, after the show, he's not like the same. I mean, he's still like a brainiac, but you know what I mean.
Kiyoushiro is going to get radicalized. We believe this in our hearts. He's going to get radicalized, but he's going to keep being a fucking weeb and never stop wearing those bandages.
Absolutely, 100%.
In my heart, he's already trans.
So true.
Yeah. He has to be.
Why else? Either he has the childbirth talisman because he's trans, or he's just stupid.
Both are so like good.
Maybe both.
Both are so good.
Maybe both.
I think it's both. That's why I'm like, I love a dumb guy who's really smart. You know what I mean? He's so fucking stupid, and yet
it's high int, low whiz.
Yeah, so back in the digital space, Majiramon does a big roar, which sort of like reveals all the talismans as like these floating objects all around the city. And then Yeah, so yeah, Betel Gammamon and Goramon are trying to hold off the 3 armor evolutions. It doesn't go great. They pretty much just get bodied immediately. So yeah.
They kind of just lose. It's almost like they were like, oh, we need to have these characters do something in the episode. But not for too much.
Right.
But they do just kind of get wrecked immediately.
They don't get, like, hurt, really. They just get, like, forced to stop. Like,
yeah.
It's like Bitmon, like...
They lose a turn.
The Bitmon points its, like, sharp ears at Hiro and is like, stop. Don't move, you motherfucker. Don't help your friend.
Or you'll die.
This is only his episode.
Yeah. Honestly, he deserves it. He deserves his own episode. So, you know, we go back to Kiyoushiro and Jellymon hacking. Kiyoushiro is crying and saying that they won't make it in time, and Jellymon is just like, fuck you, if we got no time for crying. Keep deleting, bitch.
If you have time to cry, you have to delete your stupid fucking talismans. That's like almost verbatim, except she doesn't say fuck. Jellymon should say fuck, though.
Let
Jellymon should say fuck.
I like that we were all like, let Jellymon say fuck.
So Majiramon, I forget where this happens, but also at some point, Kiyoushiro is like, wow, you're fast, referring to, you know, Jellymon hacking the talismans, and Jellymon's like, shut the fuck up, compliment me better.
It's like, if you're gonna compliment me.
It's pretty good.
She has extremely high standards.
So Majiramon fucking takes the entire roof off of the dorm. He just does a big tail slappy and just cuts this fucking building in half.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. But, like, it's because they delete all of the other ones except for the one over the dorm that he's hacking in. That's the last one. And so, like, when it's, like, cut in half, it, like, knocks Kiyoushiro, like, to the ground. He's just kind of on the ground. Sad.
Yeah, no, he's knocked over. He's not able to, it looks like he might be unconscious, but Jellymon is like, wake up, dorm leader! So then Majiramon just summons a big ball of light. It's just like a really fucking spirit bomb ass, making a hole in the clouds, just a big ol' special attack. But then Kiyoushiro, he also gets a little anime here, because he stands up, he says fucking limit, he fucking surpasses his limits, he says limit break,
So
and and Jellymon's eyes, they go all big and shiny.
She's so, like, into this.
She fucking loves it.
And, like, he says limit break, and then that's, of course, when the thing appears behind him for, like, the attack name.
Yeah.
And he, like, calls out her attack. I don't remember what it's called.
BB Thunder.
Yes.
BB Thunder.
He makes a big old gun out of her, like, tentacle head thing.
It's such a, like, creative design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, I could actually talk about this and what this might be a reference to.
Yeah.
It is a little bit of a Hunter x Hunter spoiler, though. Do you mind?
That's okay.
Okay.
I have no idea where I am in Hunter x Hunter. Go ahead.
Cool. So we talked about Kiyoshiro's bandages being a Yu Yu Hakusho reference. I'm pretty sure that Jellymon's tentacle gun is a Hunter x Hunter reference, and those two, manga series were written by the same author. So I think, like, it's entirely it's entirely possible that, someone on staff is just like a Togashi fan. So there's a character in the Chimera Ant arc named Ikalgo. He's an octopus, and like one of his moves is that he can just sort of twist his tentacles together and transform them into a gun, like pretty much exactly like Jellymon does here.
That's cool.
Also, I fucking...
Good reference.
Yeah, also I fucking posted something in the Discord that I just want to reference really quick. Oh yeah, also Ikalgo also starts off by antagonizing a silver-haired boy who he quickly befriends.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is that silver-haired boy someone who's maybe important to the Hunter plot?
Maybe he, you could maybe almost call him like a main character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, love it. That's great. No, that's great. Actually.
So yeah, that's that. Jellymon blasts the last talisman away. So then the dragon chills out. The big ball of light disappears. Jellymon's like, dude, you should fucking apologize. So Kiyoushiro does the low bow and is like, I'm sorry I broke the economy. I'll never do it again. Please don't kill me. So then the dragon got... Sorry I broke the internet. Sorry I broke the internet with my incredible posting.
He would have a Tumblr blog where he posts cringe.
Oh, no.
He would.
It's true.
Cringe, you lose subscriber.
Jellymon fucking tells him he lose subscriber. Oh my god.
So...
I like that she doesn't apologize. No, it's just you. It's all your fault. And he takes it. He's like, yeah, it is my... Like, he's like, yes, I'm sorry I did that.
God.
Like, well...
Jellymon... I think Jellymon would constantly be, making fun, in the replies, making fun of Kiyoshiro's posts, and he keeps trying to block her, but she keeps making new accounts to bully him with.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of my favorite bit of green text, which is of the guy who has like soccer, football, whatever, and he hits the ball into the goal and he's like, "Are you fucking sorry?"
Are you okay?
I'm so
Jellymon would yell that, but she wouldn't have meant sorry or "Are you okay?" She really would have said, "Are you fucking sorry?"
That's so good.
So Majuramon is just like, the beautiful flow of wealth has been restored, my work here is done, and he flies off as like, glowing broken talisman particles are raining down like snow, and then they all go back to the real world. The dorm is back in one piece, and they're all just kind of hanging out, just like after the big adventure. And Goramon gives his end of episode line, which I wrote down this time. The dragon god follows blindly, and a single jellyfish, therefore the world is unharmed. And then Jellymon just really... Jellymon is... She's looking at Kiyoushiro in a way, and she just sort of says quietly to herself, "Darling," and then Ruli overhears this and is just kind of like, "What?"
I was also like, "What?"
She's so weird.
Also, what? Don't.
I was like, Jellymon, what?
Digimon, don't make it weird for me. Don't make this kid show weird. It's funny when we make the jokes. It's weird if it's in the series itself.
Like, Jellymon, don't fall in love with him, please.
It's probably one-sided.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me, though.
It's very strange.
She just really went fast burn on this enemies to lovers fic. She...
Or she's... Oh, what's the word for it? Someone who's mean.
Tsundere?
Tsundere.
Tsundere, yeah.
I always say it wrong.
A little bit.
She's been bullying this nerd for so long, and then she just fell in love with him in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, I was like, you
This
did
little freak.
follow him into, like, to America. Like, you know all this shit about him. Obviously, it means you've been, like, kind of there for a while.
It was.
Wait,
must
I just
normally
processed that.
Yeah, yep. She's been there
How
for
did
a
she
while.
know this?
She's been there for a while. Like, that's... I don't know if the haunting had just started, or, like... Maybe she just, there could be a couple different things. I have a feeling they won't go into this, but maybe they will. It could be just that, like, she read over, like, shit on his computer, or it could be that she did follow him the whole time and just started doing the poltergeist thing, or whatever. I'm not really sure.
Kiyoushiro live tweets his entire life, kind of like I do.
Or that.
It would
Or
would
that.
not be too far-fetched for her to just fucking read his internet history.
Yeah.
Oh,
True.
No. That sounds dangerous. I don't ever want to
It
read.
does.
He's 13. Or
That's
14. I don't know how old he is. I think he's like 14.
Yeah, I mean, he's a teenager. I just don't want to read anyone's internet history. That's all I mean. I'm just like, oh no. I don't need to know anyone's business. Oh.
Gammamon kind of wants to know everyone's
yeah.
business. I think that's sort of her personality.
Absolutely wants to know Kiyoshiro's business.
Yeah.
Like, gosh, oh my god. I'm just, like, kind of interested in, like, where this friendship will go, but I'm also concerned.
It's fine.
Yeah, honestly, like, honestly, it probably, the way I'm sort of predicting it is it just being sort of like perpetually one-sided. Like, honestly, kind of the thing that it reminds me of is like Amy Rose from Sonic X.
That's funny.
Right. Oh, no.
That's so funny.
Yeah. And
She's more tolerable.
yeah. Honestly, I really love Amy in Sonic X just because of how unhinged she is. How she is just
She's
like
a very good Amy.
a fucking... Yeah, how she's just like a fucking danger to everyone around her, and honestly, I'm kind of getting that same energy from Jellymon, so like, I don't know, I'm kind of into it. I think it's funny.
Yes, I think it could be very funny. It's just something like where I'm like, I hope it stays funny.
I wasn't ready. It came out of nowhere for me. But maybe it also
Within
came...
one episode.
Right.
He was just as surprised. It happens. I've been told it happens.
We are all Ruli. What? What are you saying?
Who are you? I've known you for about 15 minutes.
But Jellymon might have known him for way longer, though. It really depends on, like... I'm actually not sure, like, how long the holograms and stuff have been around. Like, they gave an explanation last episode about, like, Digimon being kind of spawned because of a virus. But they don't go into, like... What?
It was a couple of years, but not, like, insanely long.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, like, has Jellymon been following this whole time? Has, like, how long that's been? Did she just go into his history? Like, I'm thinking too much about this. I would be very surprised if they went into this. They might, but...
It's time to write a fanfic.
I'm pretty fine with it being, like, left vague,
Me too. I'm honestly just speculating, but I'd be fine with it being vague, because... It's just funny. Like, it's just kind of a funny thing that she knows too much about him.
She has, like I said, she has no boundaries. Yeah. Like, she's just gonna find things out, and no one knows why or how.
She's just crazy.
I love this little freak.
She's the one who's gonna come up with, like, the weirdest shit, and then someone's gonna be like, "How do you know that?" And she'll just say, "Don't worry about it," or else. That's how she'll be.
She's like, "I'm girl boss. It's fine.
I'm girl boss. It's fine.
It's fine. She has girl boss privilege."
I gaslighted it. Now go away.
I loved this episode. This was really fun.
It was. I'm glad we kind of got all three of them, now.
Yeah.
Who knows, if they'll actually be, doing anything together. But at least they all have their Digimon friends.
We've met all the friends. Yeah, so if that's all for the episode, I do have a little segment for us here. So this is going to be an unauthorized Beyond Toon world. So you're going to love this. Beyond Toon Warudo. So this week we're talking about Miyuki Sawashiro, Gammamon's voice actor. And also, credit to Felix for giving me the idea for this episode, because, we were chatting earlier this week, and he was just, dropping this voice actor trivia on me, and the last one I'm gonna read here, this one really fucking knocked me off my feet. I'm still reeling from it, so let's get into it. So Miyuki Sawashiro started her career as a middle schooler in 1999.
Oh, shit.
She is just one of those voice actors with hundreds and hundreds of credits to her name. She's had a pretty long career and very, very prolific. She's done work in video games, dubbing, also done a bunch of vocal performances for the theme songs of a bunch of anime.
Damn, good for her.
Yeah. I've written down a bunch of her roles from more notable series. She plays Camilla and also Robin, female Robin, in the Fire Emblem series. So she's also female Robin in Smash. She plays Flame Princess in the dub of Adventure Time.
Holy shit.
She's Ivy in Soul Calibur 5 and 6. She does have work in the Digimon franchise previously, because she is Mireille in Digimon Cyber Sleuth and Digimon World: Redigitize. So she's purple hair girl with the fucking Mastemon and the Digilab.
Nice.
Here's a fun one. She's Twilight Sparkle in the dub of My Little Pony.
Makes me feel insane.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Oh, she can sing too. Does she do? Yeah. I wonder if she does the dub.
Did they translate the songs?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah. Did they translate the songs and did she sing them?
I have no idea.
Something for our audience to look up and tell us in Discord.
Yeah. She plays Sakura Suzuhara in the Evangelion rebuilds, 3.0 and 3.0 plus 1.0. She is Fujiko Mine in the Lupin the Third series. She plays Elizabeth and Chidori Yoshino in the Persona series. And here's the big one. Here's the one that really shook me to my core.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Gammamon's voice actress is Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter.
I'm sorry, what?
You're welcome. Now you can only hear that now.
Oh my god. No, all three of us. Oh my god, all three of us on Departure Lounge watch it subbed too. Oh my god. I need to tell my fucking co-host this. That's insane. I don't know why, but that just kind of was they're so different. These characters are I'm like opposites.
Most of these are cute, and then you have Kurapika.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm like, how do I process this? How do I reconcile the fact that this squeaky little baby Gammamon and this fucking proto-Sasuke edgelord Kurapika are like the same fucking voice?
He's not proto-Sasuke because, like, the 2011 came after Naruto. Like,
I think the manga came, like, just before Naruto, though. So, you know.
Fine. But, like, I'm just kind of like, well, trans Kurapika confirmed, which, like, we knew, but, like, come on, man, what the fuck? This little baby boy.
Just a little guy.
This little baby boy. He's just a little guy. And he's like one of my favorite characters from Hunter x Hunter. Oh no.
These actors have the range.
That's so funny.
Oh, she absolutely has the range.
Funny. She does. Good for her. Oh my god. I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't Kurapika.
Exactly. I think I like specifically when I was listing out the names, I like saved that for last.
Fuck.
You fucking got me with that one. I was not prepared.
Yeah, so Felix, I also do a Hunter x Hunter podcast, just a different one than Emery. So I'm like, oh, I see.
That's specifically why Emery was like, I'm going to bring this up on the podcast.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, Morg's gonna love this.
I know Elvira has been listening to it because they listen to my podcast, at least. I don't know.
I tried to watch it, but I only get French subtitles.
Oh no!
Oh.
And for those of you who do not know me, technically, yes, I speak and read French. No, I don't. So I need to be really awake, and it's been a while since I've been awake enough to watch it. But I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna point, and I'm gonna say, Gammamon voice.
That's Gammamon!
Gammamon voice. That's Gammamon.
Points at the screen. Hey, that's Gammamon. That's Gammamon. I keep saying his name differently, like, every time. I'm like, I say Gamma Rays.
There's no consistency. It's... yeah.
I don't know how to say these names. Even though I watch lots of anime, that's what it's called now.
Yep.
I'm sick. Let's wrap this up.
We're all saying words. We're all awake. Yeah, let's do our plugs before the four of us simultaneously all fall asleep together.
So ready for sleep.
So Felix, anything you'd like to plug? Anything on the internet that you'd like to make people aware of?
I'm not super active on it, but my Tumblr is Riku-Reme on Tumblr, and that's pretty much the only place I ever check. So there's that.
I wish that were me.
You people use social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Haunting the Morgue. That's Haunting the MORG. That is also my Tumblr. I have not checked it in a long time, so I usually don't plug it. And then you can find me on the other Hunter podcast that I insist on calling Hunter x Hunter on the podcast, called Departure Lounge, an airplane themed Hunter x Hunter podcast that's kind of on hiatus, but what's out is good, so you should still listen to it. And you could also hear me on Sonic Shuffle, which is going, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast where I learn about Sonic from my friend Dan.
Oh, it's always good to learn it from other people.
Yes, absolutely. I'm like, I don't want to learn this by myself.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I don't want to come across the fandom if I don't have to. And then, yeah, just watch my Twitter because I'm going to be on another podcast because I can't stop myself, apparently.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll plug it when it's out. I don't want to say too much because we're still solidifying the name and stuff, but...
Mysterious.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
secret project.
Yes, exactly. Elvira, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go. Right, I have a Twitter, which is @Eriviru. I also have a Tumblr, but let's not plug that.
Oh.
Because I opened it to watch Haikyuu pictures. I haven't reblogged anything in a while. And I have no other podcasts, so if you miss my voice, you'll just have to listen to this episode again. That's it.
All right, I'm Emery. I'm on For Affinity. My username is Space Robot. I'm drawing some fun artwork there. I'm working on a couple of group shots of my fellowship party. And those are coming out pretty well. They're taking a long time to draw, so who the hell knows when they'll be posted, but those will look pretty good when they come out. Also doing commissions and stuff. I should actually plug my email address where you can go to get a commission. That is spacerobotart@gmail.com. That's SPACEROBTART. My other podcast, Going Will Hunting, is Hunter x Hunter, baby. It's also on hiatus, just like the manga. We're probably gonna upload a big batch of episodes as soon as we can figure out how to make the file uploads work, because that's been giving us hell.
Love that.
Yeah, technology.
I love that both our podcasts are on hiatus, and then so is the actual manga.
It's the ultimate Hunter x Hunter.
That's just the curse of having a Hunter x Hunter podcast.
Yeah. All right, so everyone ready to do the outro all together?
We gotta
all at the same time?
We gotta say that we're on noisepace.xyz. Because
of course, how could I forget?
We're hosted by that, and it's Canadian based, which is why we say Zed. And then you could also find this podcast on Twitter at DigiGhostGaze, where I run it, and I keep forgetting to put the Discord on the Twitter, so you gotta just check the fucking
show notes.
It's in the show notes.
Yes.
If you're listening to the episode, then you've got the link to our Discord right there on the podcast player.
Okay, now we can do the ending.
All right.
Right.
So until next time, Digimon is for the gays. Perfect. Perfectly synchronized. Goodbye, everyone.
Couldn't be more insane.
Yay!